safety for the grade 10th. Okay, in the warm-up activity step, lesson plan step number 1. In the warm-up activity, we have chosen, we show pictures explaining the content and brainstorming activity. And we give some idea according to the internet, maybe.
Or showing pictures.
Or showing pictures, yeah. Okay, in presentation part of our plan, word board race. This is a game, a contest,
and this game is related to vocabularies and
yes,
glossaries in order to give some kind of definitions or similarities or synonyms about the glossaries.
Two-line groups, groups. They will maybe run to the board and circle, maybe, or it is sticked, maybe right on the board, or maybe there is sticked and they just took the board. This is, and then in practice part, filling gap activity by listening or maybe reading, they fill the gap using this vocabulary. And in application part, Anastasio activity which we have chosen. This is a debate, and students will debate pros and cons side of the internet.
They should find the cons and the pros of using internet.
Into circle, inner circle will pro side, and outer circle will discuss about cons side. Okay, and wrap up assessment part. We are going to use clockwise. In the clockwise, this is a plenary. All the students stand in a clockwise and sum up with the group.
They can just give their opinions about today's lesson as a sum up at the conclusion. For example, what from the what they today have done, have learned, have achieved.
Which part was very
interesting for him, for them, maybe. And last one is follow up. We have chosen the exit ticket is more suitable for every topic. 3 things they have learned, and 2 things you don't still comprehend, and 1 thing you would like to learn in the next lesson.
In order to know their knowledge on this thing. On this front. What they learned or what they didn't learn.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, of course.
Is wrap up like a consolidation part of the lesson?
Yes, wrap up is assessment.
Yes.
Consolidation.
Yes.
Assessment.
Okay.
Assessment.
Sum up with
With grades.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So now it's our.
Could I ask a question too?
Okay.
Maybe, just an idea.
10th grade.
10th grade. Maybe you could do 3 things you should do, 2 things you should not do. For the 3, 2, 1. Because if I'm just thinking, if I don't understand something, I don't know how to say I don't understand. It's just my opinion. You could say 3 things you should do on the internet. Maybe 3 things you should not do.
Oh yes.
We can change the question.
I think it doesn't have to just be what did you learn. You could use your language.
Answers will be the same.
I mean, how do I say?
I have learned internet.
I'm not sure. How do I say what I don't understand? Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know how to like. If I don't understand something, I just say I don't understand.
In general, you mean?
Yeah.
Should be specific.
Use the language you want to teach them. 3 things you should do, maybe 3 things you shouldn't do.
And 1 thing that you do.
And 1 thing you already do.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And 1 thing you have already.
About the objectives, I wanted to say.
Oh yeah,
Where
what
are
is the
objectives?
And I just have one other question. Presentation kind of feels like an activity.
Yes.
So I don't understand, just my opinion. How is running to the board a presentation activity?
Yes. It should be presentation should be like teacher should present new topic.
Yeah,
in a different way. So
Yes,
this
give
part,
information.
board race, is the practice part of the lesson.
It feels like a practice to
Yes,
me. The
it-
students are running and hitting
Yes, it is
things.
practice
It's
part.
practice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
This one, your warm up can be a presentation, and for warm up, you can conduct activities from previous lesson, or to just adapt to the lesson, like run and game, or like fluency line, or like something.
What can you recommend for the presentation part according to the topic?
For the internet safety.
Huh?
A video about the internet safety,
Ellen.
right?
I mean, it could be different pictures. I don't know what's in the textbook. And people doing things that are good or bad. It could just be a list of actions, you know, whatever that. What I don't know what the book is, but you could teach actions that are good and actions that are bad.
Or maybe
How we
videos,
present?
they can
How we
present
present?
video.
Video from YouTube, that's all. Yes, this will be the presentation. Or slides.
So
Slides,
maybe your
videos.
idea, you could show a video,
Yeah.
but don't just show a video and be finished.
Yes.
You should say in the video there's 2 things that are good to do
Yes, and choose.
and 2 things that are bad. So everyone, you know, take your paper, put it in half, good and bad,
Yes.
This will be
Again, practice.
and
No,
then
this will be
it's
practice.
practice.
Okay.
you have
Yeah.
to present information.
You present and your students help you.
In the
help
book,
you.
there are given
What's in the
exercise true or false. There are given 10 sentence is it true we can do, and some information we shouldn't do.
Okay, one question. What about the vocabularies? Class.
You have to pre-teach the
Yeah,
vocabulary.
or pre-teacher.
So the question is, how are you teaching? Presentation.
Okay,
Presentation.
That's why we write here presentation with game. In order to teach them vocabulary, have to use
But
vocabulary.
But they haven't learned.
Yeah.
They haven't learned the words yet.
They haven't learned.
You see what I mean? How can you test it?
Inductive way. They get out
At least
themselves.
they should find definition.
just-
Or how if you
Maybe
don't teach
maybe a
them.
mingle,
Mingle.
Mingle.
right? They don't know the
Matching,
words.
mingling, yes.
You maybe you
Yes.
are.
Picture is a simple way is showing picture.
This is another idea. Maybe you read out word and definition.
Yeah.
All of the students have different words and definitions.
Yes, yes,
They
yes.
need to listen to you and find their partner.
Find the part. Yes.
Maybe that's more inductive,
Yeah.
moving, but that's just my view. I think that you should
Yes, great idea.
teach
Yeah,
them.
definition and.
like your
Yeah.
traditional way, but with movement maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, got it.
That's the
Yes.
feedback.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good job.
No? You're also giving questions.
So, okay, according to our topic is Oscar is Award 2. Our students should talk about Hollywood, its stars, and the world awards. They should maybe at the end of the lesson they can role play a short part of their favorite Hollywood movie. So they will. As a warm up, we show them pictures of not only celebrities, maybe something which connected to the cinema, popcorn or something, some seats in the cinema screen, and pictures of celebrity to connect previous theme of cinema to Hollywood topic. And after while showing them, we do question and answer. So, for example, where this actor come from? Does he have Oscar or not? So,
Or what's his name?
Yeah.
Your name.
presentation part, we show them a video about Hollywood movie genres and ask them to take notes. While they're watching, they watch a video with a lot of information. Maybe we'll add subtitles below the video. And in practice, we give them handouts for matching activities according to the video they have watched. In application part, okay. In application part, we divide students into groups, ask them to decide on their favorite Hollywood movie, and even the best part of this movie and role play it.
So acting like actors.
Yes, act. And for wrap up, exit ticket, it's a little different. They should, how to say, it's like a quiz. They should do quiz according to the information in the lesson. So there maybe will be 3 options, A, B, C, like something like this. And follow up picture of. They should bring a picture of their favorite Hollywood actor who got Oscar and try to discuss, give some information about this, because the next lesson will be how to say, creating a ceremony of awarding Oscar. The next step.
No hitting.
So there will be
No hitting.
continuation of
I was joking. You know that.
No
The
hitting.
no hitting. The person who Will Smith hit someone.
Will Smith, yes, Will Smith.
Will Smith.
No hitting.
Yeah.
No hitting.
Definitely.
Yeah.
No hitting.
Hitting.
Yeah.
So
last-
it means that second part of the lesson will be next time.
There is a
right?
project lesson.
Oh,
In
yeah.
a project lesson, they, for example, I have Will Smith. Will in a group we'll discuss and give them, for example, nominations and.
Nicolas Cage.
This is the end of, not the end of the lesson.
Yeah, me too.
It will go to the
Not
next
finished,
lesson.
okay.
Yeah. That's it.
So that's it.
Okay.
Nice.
Any
Does anyone have questions for
no
them?
question?
No problem.
Any questions?
In the presentation part, watch a video and take a note.
Yeah.
I think it's too general.
Yes.
Take a note of new words, maybe, or take a note of words related to
And
Oscar, or maybe, yeah.
Yeah, maybe you could write Oscar in the middle of a page and see who can find the most words connected.
Yeah.
Like, you know, those
In the
brainstorm.
presentation part.
I mean, it seems like he's not presenting. It seems like you're doing the video as presentation, right?
So they're watching video. After watching video, they do matching activity.
Question.
They
answer
will
the
need
question.
information in the video to complete matching activity.
Got it.
That's
But I think watching this is my suggestion. Never just watch a video.
They should do something.
They should do something.
Yes.
Like yesterday, someone was showing a 4-minute video of all the states of America, and the students were just sitting. And I said, stop. Let's see who can write the most states.
Yeah.
Do you see?
Yeah.
Don't just make a presentation with people sitting, because that's just my view.
Yeah.
That's
right.
It's just an idea.
They take notes.
Yeah. There was one idea. I like the genre idea.
Yeah. I had in my what?
Yeah,
what-
I had a demo lesson.
In my-
Yes.
I
Showing
collected
to the step.
12 film, about 12
10.
films, 10 or 12
No,
film
14.
genres. 14?
There were 14,
14
right?
for each people. And I wrote on the board numbers and gave them, distributed them the genres. While watching, for example, if it was a
Metro.
horror movie, the person with the
Card.
paper horror movie stood and sticked on the board
Oh, that's a really
While
nice
watching
idea.
the video.
while watching.
So like that's the kind of presentation and activity, but yeah, sounds good to me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's take some photos.
Let's do it. Photo time.
Yeah.
Okay. So actually, we have to reflect on today's session.
Yes.
Okay.
So maybe each of us should say one important thing that you have learned today.
Yeah. So, how can I, how to say? I always mix all the stages, which I didn't know which comes first, which comes second. For example, I always thought that assessment is the last part of the lesson because we assess and let
then
them
we
go.
say goodbye.
Let them go. No, we should take a time after assessment. That's I have learned about this lesson, and I like that we had an opportunity to practice one more on lesson planning.
Yeah.
And thank you for your feedback also.
Yeah.
Amen.
I'm just gonna throw that idea, your idea of questions and answers. You could give students questions,
Yeah.
and then they could ask them.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
What about
Ready-made
you?
questions. right?
Yeah, ready-made questions that they could ask.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
This one is new for me today.
Oh,
Follow-up.
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 Mhm.
Yes, there is.
Yes. We can picture of your related to topics and ask and understand what the best thing and explain this one. Okay. Ask.
Well, in this session, I have learned how to create effective lesson planning, the steps of the lesson planning, and again, I consolidated the steps, and of course, we talked about the objectives. It is very important for us to make clear, to give the students clear objectives, and they should know because what they are expected to do. So this is my opinion. Thank you.
Now I have decided to follow up all the steps of lesson plan.
Great.
I'm going to
Only
follow
now.
up here.
Only now.
For some
Okay.
As we break, I also do these steps mixed, and I have learned what to do after today's lesson.
What about you?
Okay, I always tend to use presentation instead of application, and today I got it that we should use according to the planning, effective planning. We should use.
I'm agree with that. They have already mentioned what I'm thinking about, what I was thinking about, that
I agree.
starting from Meyerbeck as
It's pity that you're last person.
It was messy. It was messy where I put these parts of lesson planning.
In your mind, it was messy.
Yeah, it was messy, right? It was difficult to organize our writing objectives as well, and I have learned today more activities which I like it. I can easily use that in my lessons. I think. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you for participation.
Can I? We should share what we learned. Everyone else?
Yeah. Oh, me.
Why not? I have one.
Okay.
Do you want to go? I liked that in the video she was saying about in the beginning your students are more receptive, like just listening and maybe reading things.
Yes,
And then by the end of your lesson, they should be producing. And I like that concept. You wanna-
Before receptive, after productive.
Yeah.
I mentioned that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First receptive, product.
I just like that concept.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to say something?
Yeah, I don't know. No.
No idea.
Okay, no about this session. I just want to say that is every time when we prepare our lesson or lesson planning or we think about tomorrow's lesson, we should keep in mind all these stages and keep in mind students' needs also. If we have some text or some activities in our textbooks that not relevant to our students, I can give an example. For example, ETA who works with us, when he started teaching in our school, he says, this is a difficult topic for grade 4 or grade 5. So how can you teach this? I explain that sometimes I modify, sometimes I skip, and I use another activity instead of this related to the topic. So teachers should be flexible, especially when you plan our lesson. So we should follow these stages and we should keep in mind how to make our lesson flexible, interesting, and relevant.
Take into consideration the level of students.
Yeah.
Maybe A plus, smarter, B plus.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
The same grade. For example, 5 A is more active. 5B can be more passive.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it could be the same lesson,
grade, same
changes
lesson.
totally.
Yes.
With different
Like
Yeah.
activities.
I saw a teacher yesterday, she was teaching about exotic America, but she was giving really complicated facts. Like the square kilometers or
Oh, yeah.
the population number or like so then when she started teaching simpler facts, how many states,
Yeah.
you know, what is there, who is famous from America, the students understood. But what I noticed is if she talked the whole time, like a lot of lessons just stay in presentation or just practice, then I just noticed it was harder to see what they learned. But then I would say, what do you know? Like basically every lesson I think has one essential question. You know, whatever that essential question is, like, you know, what are the different genres people win awards for? What was your topic? What can you do to be safe on the internet? So like whatever that question is, maybe you could ask it a lot during class, because I'm just saying, I've noticed usually if a few people can answer, that's good. But like you were saying something about the passive ones. If you can see the passive people doing things, then you know really who learned.
Yes.
You know, for example, as for me, if I plan the lesson like this, right? So in this part where I write practice, right?
Yeah.
I can write activity, and maybe in a complicated way, right? I have note here for grade 5B. I use this activity in a simple way.
Yeah.
I know.
You have
I
options,
mentioned.
right?
Yes, I mentioned it. Just keep
Different
in
options.
mind. So this activity for 5A, they are active, they are more
Yeah.
proactive, and this kind of activity in a simple way for 5B.
And then they'll be more successful.
Yes.
You'll be more happy.
Yeah.
Instead of
Students also be happy.
they'll be happy. Yeah.
Yeah, we should think about
Over
students
time,
learning
they-
differentiation. Yeah. So.
It's really true. That's why I was saying, like, when you're gonna go do your trainings, what you're gonna do will look very different than what Dilorom did. Because your teachers don't know as much about all these techniques.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
Let's